Hey guys, so I've had a request to do a lesson on the Folsom Prison Blues solo that I uploaded last week. There was a couple of requests for tabs and stuff, but I'll just be honest, I can't be bothered writing it all out. Some people had set off to make tabs for the solo, but I'm just going to talk about my approach and what I played over it, and just a general approach to sort of playing over country songs and country solos. So, the general concept is play the changes. Now, it's the same for, it doesn't matter on the genre. If you're soloing, you should be playing the changes, so playing the chords that are sort of underneath you at the time. So the Folsom solo, it's quite easy to break into sections quite nicely because there are only 3 chords in it. We've got an E, we've got an A, and we've got a B. So, to kick off, section 1, the E part, I kicked off with a lick that was a little bit like this. So I am thinking, when I'm playing over that, E major, E mixolydian, E blues scale, and sort of a combination of all those things and a little bit of chromaticism in there as well. So that opening lick, I'm playing an E triad, and then hitting the 15th fret on the B, and then doing a chromatic thing down to the 12th fret. So we've got... Then it's a little pull off, 14, 12, and then 14 on the D. Sorry, 14, 12 on the G, and then 14 on the D. So... Then, I'm turning the G into a G sharp to make it a major third. And then 14, 12, 14 on the D. So we've got... That's that first part. Then I'm running down the blues scale, starting on the 14th. Well, it's just a chromatic thing, really. It's not necessarily the blues scale, but 14th fret on the A string. And then at that point, I go to start thinking of major, and then I do a little chromatic run up from the 9th fret to the 11th. So we've got... And then I hit the 9th fret on the G, which is an E note. Notice that I was using my finger and the right hand to do that as well. You don't have to do that. You know, if you want to go for it with your plectrum, that's fine. I just kind of got used to using my fingers as well as my plectrum. Just quite like the sound you get from that. So, up to this point, we've got... Then it's a little pedal steel thing. So bending up on the 11th fret and then hitting the 12th fret on the B and E. Then I go to the 14th fret on the B, the 12th fret on the G, and then the 14th on the D. Quite like the dissonance of that. So that entire first section, played slowly, is something like this. So then there's a chord change. And with the chord change, I do a little classic thing in country is playing in sixths. So all I'm doing is descending down the A using the sixth. So the lick is... till it resolves on an A, basically. So that lick we've got 11th fret on the D and 10th fret on the B. Then you just move that position down 2 frets. Then you go to 7th fret on the D and 7th fret on the B. Move that down 2 frets. Back to the original position, but down 1 fret this time. Then back down to 2nd fret on the D and 2nd fret on the B. Then open. Then I'm sliding from the 3rd fret on the A string up to the 4th fret, and then hitting the 2nd fret on the G. So we've got so that's the A section. Now it goes back to E again. So what I decided to do is run up essentially like an E major scale using a Dickie Betts type thing. So open E string, sliding from the 3rd up to the 4th. That's it. Got confused there. Got that? So at the end of that lick, what I'm doing is bending up on the 7th fret on the B, and then hitting the B, which is the 7th fret on the E string, then hitting that note that's been bent up on the B string, back down, and then to E. So that's what you're aiming for on that. It doesn't really matter if it's exactly the same or not, you just need to be thinking E major. And then it goes to the B. So over the B, I do something very similar to what I did on the A, which is 6 all the way up. So that's 8th fret on the G and 7th fret on the E, and then slide that up 9th fret, 11th fret, and then that was the end of the solo, and then I just go on to just for something to tie it up. So that thing with the 6ths that I do, that I did on the A, then on the B, it's essentially just me burning up time in the solo. People like that sound, but if I'm not feeling particularly creative, which I obviously wasn't when I recorded that solo, I burn up time by doing that. So that's kind of it. So I'm literally thinking of whatever the chords are underneath, that is what I'm playing. So the full solo in isolation goes like this. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found it useful, and see you next time. Cheers!